For more reporting and analysis, let's bring in our incredible team, CBS Chief Election and Campaign Correspondent Robert Costa and CBS Chief Political Analyst and Senior National Correspondent John Dickerson. Great to have both of you here, Robert. All right, reading through this indictment, it looks like the special counsel has a lot of evidence, including from Donald Trump's former attorney.
Usually, attorney-client privilege protects conversations between someone like former President Trump and his former attorney, Evan Corcoran, from ever seeing the light of day. But prosecutors believe during the course of this investigation, a crime took place, that Trump might have suggested some criminal activity. So they had a crime fraud exception, and a judge granted all of the notes from Evan Corcoran in these large art school sketchbooks plus voice memos to be part of the evidence. That's now in the trove in the hands of the special counsel. Evan Corcoran's not the only former Trump lawyer tonight. A shakeup in the Trump legal team. Two of the top attorneys now gone. A white shoe attorney named Todd Blanche is now leading the effort. Trump thinks he's a killer.
And John, this indictment, too, it really places Donald Trump at the center of the conspiracy.
My boxes, that's the way the former president referred to this sensitive material, according to the indictment. And that term, for me, really explains how personal his role in this was. He didn't have these materials because of some clerical mix-up or because some lawyers maneuvered him into it. He gave orders to take this material and then store it at Mar-a-Lago. And then when the subpoenas came, he had them move my boxes from bedroom to bathroom. And why did he want this sensitive material for national purpose? He wanted it to settle personal scores and to brag.
Because he had many opportunities to turn them over, give them back.
What's extraordinary about the indictment is it starts after the subpoena was issued, which is to say, if the subpoena was issued and he'd handed it over, as his lawyers were arguing, maybe this doesn't happen.
And Robert, the Justice Department does operate independently. President Biden was asked today about this. He said, not going to comment. But can he continue that if this trial goes on in the middle of an upcoming presidential campaign?
Sources close to President Biden tell CBS News tonight that the president would like to do anything but talk about former President Trump. But he knows that privately and now publicly, Trump remains an open wound on the American scene and a shadow over his presidency. He can try to avoid it as much as he wants, but Trump is the front runner in the Republican race, and he might be facing off against him next year.
And John, on that point, since he is the front runner, what does this mean for the Republican Party?
He's the front runner. Everybody's rallied around him. Why? Because he's made this a test of party. Any Republican who criticizes former President Donald Trump is giving aid and comfort to the Biden White House or to the Democrats. So they rally around him. The challenge for Republicans is they may be out of sync with the country. In a January CBS poll, 75% said this was a worthy investigation. Well, if people think it's a worthy investigation, they might find the conclusions worthy. And you don't want to be out of step with the country when they can read a relatively simple narrative, which is that the president had highly sensitive stuff. He wasn't supposed to, and he lied about it. That's a pretty easy political narrative to understand for a voter.
And Robert, in this country, you are innocent until proven guilty. He will have a jury trial. But if Donald Trump were convicted, how would that affect his political future?
Nora, this might be hard to believe. I didn't believe it when I first heard it. But according to all of the top law professors and legal experts in this country, even if you're in prison, you can run for the presidency and serve in the White House. That's our system. They allow that to happen.
That is extraordinary.
We're in extraordinary times.
We are, once again. It's so good to have both of you and all your reporting and analysis. Robert Costa, John Dickerson, thank you so much.